Hi. I tickled myself.
Howdy, y'all.
Hi, guys.
It's Ryan
And Angela.
from RNA Music.
That's right.
Your favorite mom and pop guitar shop and music lesson studio deep in the heart of Texas.
Goodness. Such a hurry.
What'd I say?
I don't know.
I feel kind of bad because we missed last week's
I know.
Ask RNA. We missed a week.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Oh, sorry about that. But we're back right now. It's time to answer questions for people all over the world.
John Hens.
Which is super rad when I think about it.
Yeah, really.
Rad.
Tubular.
Rad. All right, let's get to the questions.
Okay.
So excited. Alrighty, welcome back to the Ask RNA show. Episode number, like 266.
You really need to like get it down. Put it at the top of the page.
I really should. I could have.
Because you're like crap every single time.
I was looking.
Crap.
I was looking at the last video when I printed the questions. I could have looked. Anyways, more than 200, less than 300.
Gotcha.
Pretty crazy when you think about it. Yeah. So sorry about last week. We missed a week.
Yeah. Apologies.
Crazy. However, we did this past Sunday. We had a guest appearance on a podcast, a guitarist podcast.
We did. That was so much fun.
I don't think they finished editing it yet.
Yes.
But when it comes out, it was fun. I had a good time. It felt like another Ask RNA because they were basically asking us questions.
Right.
But it's going to be on their YouTube channel. But
Yeah.
we'll put a video out when that comes out so we can point you guys in the right direction. Go watch that. But yep. But we're here now. It's time to answer some questions. Get your RNA Music swag and swag. I'm actually wearing an RNA Music shirt today. This is an old one. Can you tell?
Yeah,
It's
distressed.
It's
weathered.
relic.
Yeah.
So it's worth like 30% more.
It's very cool. You look very, very nice.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
So cute.
If you want an RNA Music t-shirt, there's no relic ones, but you can get a normal one at our Teespring store. Description down below. Go support small business. Buy a t-shirt. So excited. Let's get to our questions for the day. First question.
Sounds good.
Kabayoth. What is the best fit for 1. Heritage H150, 2. CMG Ashlee, 3. Schecter Pro 2 Les Paul clone. Based on cost, timbre, genre, usage, bedroom, open mic, gigging, studio, etc. And modability. All right, what is the best fit for? Okay, so he's basically asking which one's better, the Heritage Les Paul, which we had a few here at the shop when we were Heritage dealers.
Yeah.
CMG Ashlee, Schecter Pro 2. Okay. Which is your favorite of those three?
I don't know what 1 and 3 are, so I'm gonna go with number 2.
Number 2.
Because I don't think I've ever had my hands on a 1 or a 3.
No, we had the Heritage.
I know, but I don't
Remember it.
Yes.
It didn't impact you.
Yes. It was so long ago
It was
that
a while.
I don't remember which one it would have been, even out of the ones we got. I don't remember.
Yeah.
So, but I have held an Ashlee many times. I've held Ashlee many times. No, I've held on an Ashlee and played on an Ashlee, so I know how it feels in my hands and the sound of it, and I know what I hear. So I would pick an Ashlee, only for that reason, because I don't have any
Point of reference.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. That's the words.
Point of reference. Oh, see, like, yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
and, it's pretty. It's just very pretty.
It is. They all are.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I mean, I know all three, and I know what the Schecter Pro 2 looks like.
Yeah.
But
He
I
meant to
don't-
say Solo 2.
Okay.
So it's the Schecter Solo 2.
Okay, but I know what most of the Schecters look like. Because you
Yeah, I
own
showed you
quite a
that
few.
one the other day. That
Correct.
the it's not a spalted. What was the crazy top?
Oh yeah.
Showed you that. You're like that's
That was
pretty.
sweet. That was legit. And the Heritages are gorgeous guitars, and I loved the ones we did have in our shop. I loved them. They were gorgeous. But yeah, but when it comes to playability and knowing the sound of each one,
Yeah.
Ashlee is my only point of reference. Like Ryan
So he says, based on cost, timbre, genre,
See, I wouldn't know that.
usage,
I would still say the Ashlee.
modability. Okay. So timbre, I mean, that's just the sound. I was like, that they can all be similar depending on what pickups you put into it. So the key things that jumped out at me said was cost and modability.
Right.
Right. So
that's
cost.
huge.
Well, number one, the Heritage are definitely the most expensive. So the Heritage, I want to say,
they're swanky.
I can't remember, but they're around like $1,700, $1,800. $1,700, $1,800, basically. The Schecter Solo 2 Customs, which is the only really ones they have available right now, is the Solo 2 Custom, which I have been wanting for a while. They had the natural flame top one, then they had the transparent black flame top. That
really?
I was like,
transparent black? I mean, never in my life would I would have thought you.
It's amazing. Those are like $949. Like $949.
Okay.
The new one, which is the it's a burl. That's what it is. A burl top. No, it's like $1,200.
Oh yeah, yeah. I saw that.
Was super hot. I want that. But they're like $950. The base model Ashlee, however, starts at $799. So of these three guitars, of course, Heritage is a USA guitar, CMG's a USA, the Schecter Solo 2 Customs are still, Korea, South Korea. The Ashlee is actually the most affordable. And given the fact that the base model Ashlee, now you can get a $2,000 Ashlee if you want, like custom. I was talking to Chris this morning, he's talking about some custom builds. I was like, you could get a $3,000 one if you want to just go insane on options and wood and custom laser inlays and all kind, whatever. But the base model, $799, and which is what this one is. This was a $799. This is Angela and I our special anniversary one because it's serial number 326. Yes. And our anniversary is March 26th. So total fluke of nature that we ended up with serial number 000326. The 326th CMG guitar built. Okay, now it was the plain Jane, nothing swanky, no special options. Since then, we did actually have added abalone dots. So that was, we did modify this. I have replaced the stock pickups with some passive EMG pickups. So I have, finally after about 3 or 4 years, I did finally do some modifications to it. Now I did actually have CMG do the dots. So it's got abalone dots. So I can actually use it in videos and lessons with kiddos. Because before I didn't have any inlays. And so that throws off students sometimes when you're looking at your hands and the fretboard. They're like, what fret are you on? Because they can't see the dots. So given that fact, basing it on price and modability, because I don't know that I would want to buy an $1,800 Heritage and then start modding the crap out of it. That I don't really think I would do that. I don't have a Solo 2 Custom, but I do have a Solo 6 Custom. I like this. I play this guitar a lot, actually. But there's not much modding to be done because the Solo 2 Customs, they come with USA. Now, they're like USA Schecter pickups, but they're nice pickups. They've already got locking tuners. So there's not necessarily, I don't know how much you could do, of course, but pretty close. This is the previous incarnation before they came out with the Solo 2. But I would probably, I'd probably go with the CMG. Based on price and possible modability, as far as like playing, any of them you can play in your bedroom. Any of them you can gig with. Any of them you could take to the studio. Using them is fine. They're all going to be about the same, as far as like what you can do with it, right? As far as can you use it in the studio, sure. Can you gig with it, sure, absolutely. People do all the time with all three of those options.
Right.
But based on the cost part and the modability, probably CMG, just because it's the most affordable, and then probably the one that you're going to want to mod, because in its base form, it has room for upgrades. But there you go. That's what I think. Thanks for the question. Next question.
Awesome.
Terry Starks.
Hey, Terry.
Hi, Terry. Hope you're well. Says, why am I subscribed but not getting any notifications anymore? Hashtag KTMate. I don't know, Terry.
I don't know how to answer that.
YouTube does some funny things sometimes. You do want to make sure, I don't know if you've done it or not, but they got the little bell icon next to the subscribe.
Pavlov's.
Subscribe, and there's a little bell. Pavlov's dog. Ring the bell. They all come running. If you click on the bell, then you should get notified like via email, and other things when a video of ours goes out. So make sure you're actually click the little bell saying, hey, I want notifications from this channel. Because if I don't know if you guys know or not, but you can be subscribed, and I subscribe to probably 500 different YouTube channels, but I don't see videos from all the channels in my subscription feed. And I have a couple that I actually did click the bell on because I want to get notified of their videos. Although I'll get an email like, oh, Rick Beato just uploaded a video. I'm like, I'll watch it later. Or, Robert Baker just uploaded a video. And of course I get emails from Robert Baker's own website because I'm subscribed to his website. And they're like, hey, new video out. But then I also get an email from YouTube saying, hey, check out Robert's video. I'm like, Robert's got a video. I'm like, okay.
Right.
So just make sure if you haven't, maybe click it again. That's all I can say, Terry. I don't know. But thank you for coming back anyways and just manually checking our channel to see if we have new videos. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Next two questions from John's Tropical Reflections. He had one and then another one later, so I just stuck them together there. It says, hashtag musical. Ryan, will you and Paul do a cover version of Eskimo Callboy's Hypa Hypa? I will provide the funding for the music video. Thoughts?
I don't know what that is.
I didn't either. I actually just went and looked. I did when I had a moment today. I was like, let me look at the video. I'm like, it's dumb. It's like super dumb. It's very like 80s.
Nice. I would assume if it's Eskimo Callboys.
Yeah, and it kind of reminds me of what was that song we did with the girls, the Feeling Okay?
Yeah.
You know how it's all very like it kind of starts like that, but a little bit different, and they're like singing about, of course, a girl or something, and like her being hot, and there's a girl that keeps showing up like, hey, you know, and they're singing. It's like a pop. It's like almost like a very disco-y kind of poppy kind of thing. Okay. And there's guitar and drums and stuff, but it's very like like 80s pop. And then all of a sudden it goes, and then they go like, Cookie Monster.
Is it Cookie?
Like, what?
What's happening?
The what? But they're still dressed and done like mullets and ugly mustaches. And
how do you eat a cookie?
Okay.
But I can say absolutely not, John. Paul and I will not be doing a cover of that song.
Yeah.
First of all, I didn't really dig it.
Eat cookies.
Second of all, if Paul and I get together to work on music, the last thing we're going to do is work on covering
a song that they don't like.
That. Yeah.
Paul definitely wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
He has zero interest
not
in doing that stuff.
his jam at all.
He will come in with us and rehearse songs. Like if he's going to play bass with us for a recital
even
for our
songs
students.
he doesn't like.
He will come in and play bass for us. Like when we get ready for a student recital and we don't have a bass player who wants to play that. Like we have a bass student, a bass student, and she plays the rock stuff, but she doesn't want to do anything else. Right. And that's fine. I'm not going to force her to play a country song. Do it. I mean, it'd be good for her.
Plays George Strait.
It'd be good for her. She just wants to play Slayer. You know, cookies. He will come in and learn songs for us for recitals for students. Yeah. But beyond that, he doesn't really want to do cover stuff. And I don't blame him. When it's like, you got a bunch of music. I was talking today. I worked on a piece of music for Paul that we talked about the other day. I recorded a snippet of it to go, is this what you were hearing inside of your head? Yeah. Crazy person. This is what the inside of Paul's brain sounds like. Right. White noise. So he was describing it to me. He's like, I got the sound in my head. And here's the notes. So let's figure it out. So he's definitely more interested in writing and creating stuff. So I'm gonna have that playing in the background. What? People are gonna be like, no.
Oh.
The music I played earlier. This thing I recorded earlier.
I was like,
Angela.
white noise? Why would you do that? That's not good.
I don't want to do that.
Okay.
No ways. But yeah, so no John, no Hypa Hypa from us. John's next question. Question for both of you.
What?
Me and Paul.
Oh.
No, I mean Angela.
You know what, John?
Oh, John, you're about to get it. How do you see life working after all the kiddos leave the nest? Example, travel, devoting more time to your passions, hobbies, try to take over the world. Take over the world, brain.
Yes.
Pinky.
Pinky.
Okay.
We do every night.
How do we see life working after all the kids leave the nest?
Very wonderfully. No, I'm just kidding. I think it'll be weird because even right now with Nicholas having such right now he's at work and it's like almost 8 o'clock at night, and
he won't get off till like 2 a.m.
Yeah. So a lot of times we don't see him other than maybe like for breakfast, or he's coming in and coming out, or he runs to the store for us or something. Like there's a little passing by. So it's been really weird to get used to him being independent. And whenever he's not sleeping, understandably so, because he works until 2 o'clock in the morning, he's usually on the phone playing video games with his cousin in California and their friends and stuff. So it's been weird getting used to that, knowing, okay, he's grown up, yeah, he lives with us, but it's, economically there. So it's not like he's mooching off of us or anything, because he's not. Yeah. He just has his own life, and so that's weird. And now Aiden has this life where, like the other day when Aiden went to his friends and Nicholas was like, I'll take him. So they just got in the car and drove off, and then when it was like the next day and spent the night, and then Nicholas was like, I'll go pick him up. And then they went and they had lunch together, and it was just this weird,
yeah, she's like, we're home alone.
We're home alone.
What?
He was like, where are the boys? I was like, Nicholas went to go get Aiden.
In the middle of the day.
In the middle of the day.
Too bad we can't go on a date.
I know. It was like anywhere.
Yeah. But we do anyway. I mean, we leave them home alone. We did go on dates.
We'll go to Lowe's and get some tacos or something.
Yeah, that's a date. A date for us. Tacos and Lowe's.
Which is great.
That's very Texas.
Because, it takes like 25 minutes to get to Lowe's. So
we're going to buy some construction materials and tacos. I love you so much.
I love you.
That's your love language too.
I love you too.
That's your love language, tacos and construction.
That's right. Yard equipment, like when we bought a lawnmower. But yeah, we both have hobbies. Ryan has music projects.
Magic. The Gathering. That's my hobby.
Yes. He has music projects that he works on and does stuff like that. So he has his own hobbies outside the shop. And I do with crocheting and learning to knit and painting and things like that. So we have plenty of things that we do separate to keep us busy. Plus we also enjoy each other's time. So I think it'll just continue on doing that, and then working at the shop, because we're only in our 40s. So we can run the shop for another 20 years. And
20 years.
When you're 60, 64 is retirement age. 63, 64, or like my dad's 75, whatever.
He's not 75.
Well, he's 74. 73. He's 73.
He's 72.
He's 73.
He's 71.
Anyways, so I think we'll probably travel. Like we've talked about going to Denver, because plane tickets are real cheap. And
why would we go to Denver?
To see Ike. Oh. Gosh, I'll mention him this time.
Or the mountains.
Or the mountains,
Red
whatever.
Rocks. The scenery.
And stuff like that. Or going out to Georgia and seeing Chris and Ashley, or, whatever.
Or to San Diego.
Yeah, and see the guys that I've never been. So, I mean, I'm sure we'll do stuff like that, because the boys can take care of themselves, basically. And
did you hear that, Greg?
Neither one of them need us.
She wants some Peterson's donuts.
I do.
I want some Peterson's donuts.
I want to go to the San Diego Zoo. That's what I really want to do. That is like on my list.
That would be fun.
I really do. But yeah, it'll be basically what our life is like now, because our children are so independent.
And we still got to work.
Yeah.
It's like when you own your own business. John, you might know this, but I mean, sometimes it's hard to get away.
It really is.
Even if you don't have to take care of your kids because they're big enough to do stuff.
Right.
Sometimes you just can't, like, I'm going to take a couple weeks off, or I'm just going to go, you know. It's hard to get away because in the, you know, podcast we just did. In the podcast we just did with the guys on Sunday, what we talked about, we talked about traveling or something? Yeah. Oh, we talked about, no, we are a legit mom and pop shop.
Right.
Like we ain't lying. I was like, it's literally me and Angela. Yeah. That's it. There's not like there's 7 other employees.
We don't have any employees.
We're not Flipside Music.
Our boys help us, Everett or Nicholas helps us, and
or I can take off for a week to remodel his house, and his employees run the store. Right. Because they're big time.
Must be nice.
Flipside Music, Denver, Colorado. You know, so it is legit us. So like, if we need to take a trip or go somewhere, like, we have to close the store. You know, there's no one to run the shop for us while we're gone. So that makes it a little
anybody wants
difficult.
to volunteer.
Oh, I'm sure Jake would do it.
Yeah.
I'll come run the store.
Oh, I'm sure he would. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jake.
We get Jake and Brianna to run the shop for us while we're gone.
I trust Brianna.
J and B Music.
Yes.
Be like,
I think they'd love that.
They probably would.
They probably would.
I don't know if it'd be anything left when we get back.
I know. Give me a deal. Yeah, sure. It's been sitting here forever. $50.
Is that Brianna or Jake doing that?
Brianna.
Okay. Brianna's a wheeler dealer.
Yeah, she is.
Jake would just tell you about how great the guitar is and the string scale.
They're great. We love those guys. Love them. Like
our
kids, our own kids.
They are kind of like our kids, honestly. Yeah. Actually.
They really are.
Get Holden to come run the shop for us.
Oh, gosh. He'd love that. He would love that.
He would.
Yeah.
Thanks for the question, John.
We're mentioning people y'all have no idea.
Yeah, y'all have no idea who we're talking about.
I mean, most of them know who Brianna is.
Yeah, Brianna's our
If you've been around
drum
us a while, you know who Brianna is. And if you go back far enough, you'll see Jake in some of our past Saturday vlogs.
Yeah. All right, next question. Just fun guitar all the way from the mother country. Heritage. Remember your heritage. I'm like, well, I guess we came from England. I guess I'll fly.
Africa?
I'm gonna fly the Union Jack in the back of my pickup truck, drive around East Texas. Well,
that'd be awesome.
It's my heritage.
I need a nice, Chris, I need a nice Union Jack shirt. Do y'all do that? Is that like something y'all do?
Do people in England wear their flag for clothing the way
I've seen that in London, but I don't know if that's just like tourists that are doing that. Like when you go to New York, you have an I Love New York shirt. If it's that.
People who live in New York don't wear I Love New York.
Texans definitely do wear Don't Mess with Texas shirts.
That is true.
They do wear Texas shirts.
Native Texans like to wear Texas clothing.
And it says like home or has like a heart in the area on Texas where they're from, whether it's Austin,
come and
Dallas,
take it.
Or yes, a come and take it, or remember the Alamo, or
don't mess with Texas.
We're big about that. So are y'all big about that?
Or just says Texas.
Answer below.
Yeah.
Just let us know. Okay, back
to
your question.
Sorry, I got distracted by that.
Yes.
The heritage.
We went on a trail. Go for it.
It says, you get new gear for the store or private use. How quickly do you normally take before you use it / test it? That's a pretty good question. That probably goes back to the unboxing thing from the last couple of videos where I had a guitar come in and I did unbox it for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Normally, I usually pretty quickly. Normally.
Yeah. Like as soon as it comes in the door, he usually opens it. Because most of the time it's to make sure that it's not faulty. Like there's no busts or cracks.
Yeah, make sure there's no shipping damage.
Yeah.
Or, because that stuff just happens.
Yeah.
Right. I was having a conversation with somebody the other day about like, listen, it was Ike. We were talking about shipping stuff.
Goodness, it's Ike of the day.
It's Ike. We should have
Ike we've ever had on her.
No, we should have one of these days. He said he's going to come down and visit.
He's been saying that for a while.
He has been saying that.
How long has it been since he's been here? 3 years?
Oh man, it's been a while. I've been to Denver more times than he's been here. I'm pretty sure.
He's only been here once.
I know. I've been there twice. I'm winning. Ike is slacking.
He's only been here once. Of course you've been.
He's working on his new RV, and when he gets it done, he's going to drive to Texas.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah. Just don't come in July when it's 107
or
degrees.
August. Yeesh. Unless you like the heat like Pat.
Pretty quickly, just to make sure everything works. And even like for myself, usually if it's for me, it's pretty quick. Sometimes it's for the shop. I'll try to do unboxing videos just so I can get it done. And like right now, I've got some unboxing videos that I've shot the first half, which is the actual unboxing of the gear. Check it out. It looks like this. What I'm made of. Here's the company. And then I do the play test where I'm like, all right, here's some sound samples of the gear. I have a couple that I have not done the play test yet. Cars outside. I need to do that, but that is more time consuming to sort of set that up and do it than the actual unboxing. So sometimes for the shop stuff, like I'll unbox it, check it out, and I'll do like all these Volas on the wall and the Tajima and stuff. I've plugged them in and like, does it work? Volume work, tone work, and any scratchy pots, anything like that? Yeah. Before I put them on the wall, of course. Right. But just the actual video portion of it, sometimes I get behind on. And I always plan on catching up. Yeah. Sometimes I don't.
It's okay.
Usually pretty quickly, but sometimes there are moments where I've gotten stuff in and it's a very hectic time in our life or the business or something's going on and like I don't have time to.
Yeah, understandable. I got you.
Fiddle with it right then.
I hear you loud and clear.
But thank you, Chris, Just Fun Guitar. He has a YouTube channel.
Yes, he does.
Go check it out, put some videos. I know, like, well, all of you obviously who are asking questions have YouTube accounts. Right. Because that's how your name is there. Not everybody actually goes to the trouble to create video content. So, but I would encourage you guys, all of you regulars, you know, who
go check it out.
Go check it out. If you go back and you see the comments, the people who are normally commenting all the time, go check them. See if they have a channel. Yeah. Chris does Just Fine Guitar.
And subscribe.
Yeah. All right. Next question. LD. Ryan, being a huge Metallica fan. Who said I was a huge Metallica fan?
I don't know.
Where would you get that idea? Have you ever listened to Diamond Head? Angela, how/where did your parents meet? All right. A Metallica question and an in-laws question.
I know. I love it.
Our two favorite things to talk about. I talk about Metallica. She likes to talk about her parents.
All the time.
That's what we do. No.
I wasn't facetious. I actually do talk about them. I have no problem. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I do not listen to Diamond Head. I've heard Metallica's cover of their song, Am I Evil?
Are you though?
Am I evil? Yes, I am.
Cookies.
Am I?
We all are, really.
Everybody's evil, basically. There are no good people. There's only varying levels of evil.
Yep.
I'm only quasi-evil.
I'm Diet Coke. Just evil.
Just a tiny bit of evil. Right. No, never got into them. Never got into the whole new wave of British heavy metal, which was the predecessors of Metallica and thrash. The guys who came before them. Yeah. Was never really. I didn't go back that far. But nope, never really did. Metallica was good enough for me. And honestly, every cover song Metallica's done of a band that they were influenced by, I liked way better than the original. So even like Whiskey in the Jar, I'm like, Metallica's version is awesome. Yeah. I went back and listened to the original one. I'm like, it's not as good as Metallica's, even though they wrote it. Well, they didn't really write that. That song's been around for forever. A long time. Yeah. No. Yeah. That's enough Metallica. Angela, how, when/where did your parents meet?
Oh, okay. When?
It was the summer of 1977.
Yes, it was in 77-ish.
76/77, probably.
Yeah, around that time.
See, I know more than you do.
And
I
don't. No.
I don't know. You weren't there.
No, I was not there yet. But they met. There was a place a long time ago in Dallas called the Bronco Bowl. And it was an event center. They did have bowling there.
Lots of concerts there.
Yes, concerts, because they had like a giant stage, like a place where people did events. And
Pantera played the Bronco Bowl.
I bet they did. They tore the Bronco Bowl down in like the mid 90s or early 90s or something like that. And yes, they met there. There was like a revival going on. It was during the Jesus movement of the 70s. And yeah, Dad was with a men's group, and my mom was, she got invited there by somebody, and she saw my dad and jumped over the chair and landed next to him and introduced herself. She was the bold one. My dad was just kind of sitting there quietly because my mom was a hippie. And
she's not a hippie.
She has her moments where she's very hippie-ish, but you would not know it if you saw her. You would not think hippie if you saw her. No. When we were kids, you would think hippie, like the younger pictures of my mom with her really, really long hair and, you know, bell-bottom pants and toe socks and stuff like that. You would think, oh yeah, I can see her being hippie.
Luckily, you've just found a bunch of pictures.
Yes, I did. We'll have to put a couple of screenshots up there of my mom and dad, especially the one that I posted on Facebook.
Oh yeah,
that's a great picture of all four of us girls with my mom and dad. But yeah, that's how they met. They did, and then not too long after that, they got married. Like just months after they met, they got married, and then went into the ministry. My dad's an ordained minister, and went to Christ for the Nations in Dallas and started a prison ministry in Atlanta, in a women's prison, and I found out we had a bunch of pictures of Leavenworth that Dad was a guest minister.
What?
At Leavenworth, that Dad got to do that. I didn't know that. All these years, I never knew that.
That's crazy.
And I was like, did y'all go to Leavenworth, like a tour of Leavenworth? Why would you go to, she was like, no, your dad preached at Leavenworth. I was like, literally found that out like 2 days ago. My whole life, I never knew that. So yeah, that's what my dad did. He was big into the prison ministry, and he did pioneer a women's group at the women's prison in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah.
So you lived in Georgia for a couple of years.
Yeah,
you were
my second and third birthday was in Georgia.
Practically a Georgia girl.
Yeah, Georgia. Yeah, so that's how they met, in Dallas at the Bronco Bowl, in the middle of the Jesus culture movement.
Yeah, of the 70s.
Of the 70s.
Not the current Jesus culture.
Yes, which was really crazy because I think like in 72 it was where the law changed that it wasn't against the law to be biracially married.
I remember that.
So it was like in 72.
I was a kid.
So just you weren't born yet. It was like 4 years later my parents met.
Yeah. And
started dating. So just 4 years after it being illegal for blacks and whites to marry, my parents got married. So they were very revolutionary when it came to...
They were early on the scene.
They were very early on that. Not a lot of people... Like I said, when we moved to Athens, we were literally in a town of 11,000, I think Athens had at the time when we moved there. We were literally the only biracial family in the whole entire town. Like, literally. We looked for them everywhere.
Yeah. It was in the 80s.
Yeah, in 86. So that was like 10 years after Mom and Dad met and got married and everything. And still, in a town in Texas, there was literally no biracial families. Yeah. By the time I graduated, there was 2 more. That's it.
There's several more now.
Oh, gosh, yeah. It's wonderful.
There's a plethora.
20, 30 years later, it's pretty crazy. Yeah. So that's how they met. There you go. A little bit about Angela.
History and pictures.
A lot of stuff left out, but we don't have all that.
Yeah, we don't have all year to do that. Thanks for the question, LD. Next question, Bubba Fang. # question. A Princess Bride musical. Would you watch it? Oh, he said, I would actually. A while back we discussed good movies, and we agreed on that awesome movie. # musical, # KTMA, # legend. God bless. And everyone take care and have a great week.
Awesome.
Would you watch a Princess Bride musical?
I don't know. I thought it was really funny. Everybody's been
kind of like
talking
doing a
about
remake.
everybody's been talking about the new Princess Bride because they were supposed to do like an actual remake or retelling of the Princess Bride, and then of course this whole quarantine stuff happened, and so what they did instead in lieu of that, and I think they're going to make it actually a long thing.
Yeah.
Not like what we watched the other night, but they had a bunch of actors and actresses act it out in their own home, and they pieced the movie together in like very choppy edited scenes, so it's only like maybe 6 minutes long or something like that of acting out the Princess Bride. So they have like bath towels on, and they're like the dog is an ROUS and all that stuff. So that was pretty funny. I thought they were just going to completely butcher it and put like one of the Jonas Brothers as Wesley or something dumb like that. And so I don't know. It depends on who it is. As long... See, I'm all about equality. All about it. But I don't like when people mess with the true nature of things. Like, I don't like it. So if they go like too big, like instead of Andre the Giant, if they could have got the Mountain to do like Andre the Giant's character, that'd be cool. But if they put like The Rock or like John Cena just because they're wrestlers, you know what I'm saying?
John Cena's not very big.
I know, John Cena's like 5'10".
I'm a little guy. Yeah, what's his name? Thor Bjornsson or...
Yeah, like the
Mountain
Mountain.
guy?
That would be cool. Because that would make sense if someone be like trying to like grab him. They're like, what is he said? I don't want you to die embarrassed. Like...
I wanted you to feel like you were doing okay.
Yes, exactly.
It's not my fault I'm the biggest or the strongest.
I don't even exercise.
So, see, you can't catch lightning in a bottle.
Right.
Unless you're
And
Thor.
the thing is that Cary Elwes, he had a knack for playing very serious and swinging that pendulum over and being very funny. He's really good at it.
Yeah.
I mean, he has that weird, quirky, like you don't know if he's being serious because he has that British accent. So he's just tuned to like the Monty Python type days. So I don't think that we have any actors that are that good. As soon as I hear like Rihanna's in it or Jack Black or anybody like that, I'm done.
It's kind of like saying...
I'm done.
It's kind of saying, hey, you know what? We're going to redo The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be the same movie, just new actors and new everything.
Right.
I'm like, you get the hell out of here. I'm going to punch you in the face.
In the neck, in the throat, right there.
Why?
Yeah. So there's so many people that just would, I think, personally would ruin it. Yeah. Because even like Robin Wright, before she penned and then she got out of the pen. Robin Wright, even the moment whenever she's dreaming and the old lady's like, boo, boo. And just the intensity of her blue eyes and her blonde hair, and she's like swelling up and the camera's just zooming in. No one could redo that. Just...
Why would you redo it?
Why would you? I mean, who would do it?
It's like redoing these Disney movies, live action. I'm like...
Or inconceivable. Like, who would be able to redo him? And because it's his voice that you want.
Yeah. Leave it alone. Re-release it as is in theaters now so we can go to the IMAX.
And see it in its beautiful glory.
Just, it's fine
Mandy
the way it is.
Patinkin.
Yeah. It's fine the way it is.
The Six-Fingered Man. Like, everything about it. Marriage. You just... You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if they came out and they were at the wedding and they were like, marriage, I'd be like, done. Boom, boom. No.
I don't want to see it redone.
I don't either.
At all.
But then to hear somebody try to do that dude's voice.
Stupid.
And then
now I'm just getting angry.
Yeah.
Let's change it.
And then he had Peter Falk's character, like all of it. Grandpa, who would play grandpa? Who would play grandson? Like
nice MLT.
Oh, yes, Billy Crystal. I mean,
Billy Crystal will kind of look right now.
Yes.
Billy Crystal.
He's not that old.
Billy Crystal could do his part again.
Billy Crystal's
like
sense. Not that old.
What's her name? It was his wife.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, they could do their parts and probably it'd be fine.
Yeah.
Nobody else.
But
Stupid.
yeah, they don't.
All right.
But, yeah, musical, and then you add singing and people to actually sing the parts. I think it would just be a train wreck. It just garbage fire.
Yeah, I mean, somebody would pay for it, but it's stupid.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bubba Fang. Next and final question. Woo, I hope it's a good one, because now I'm fired up about Princess Bride.
I know, right?
Diddy's
That was a sore subject.
plant-based journey. # musical. Have either of you been in community theater? Have you been in something together? Play / musical / performance of any kind? How about while you were dating? Did you guys have any type of performance opportunities together while dating that helped pave the way for your relationship today? I love questions about us.
I do too.
I'm
It's
so happy
much
now.
Fun.
We moved on to a happy place.
Yay.
Thank you. Thank you, Diddy. Have you been in community theater?
I did in high school. Actually, I did once in college when we were being extras in a couple of plays, but not since then. I'd like to actually start doing that again. That'd be one of the things that I would do after the boys get out of the house. I would love to do theater. I think I'd be good at it.
I was in the one-act play in 8th grade.
Yes.
Cyrano de Bergerac. I forgot what part I played. I didn't even remember. But I was in it, and we won. UIL, whatever.
Yeah.
Did we win? I think
know.
we won. I wouldn't let my
did
mom
not
come
like
to see it.
one
She
act.
was pissed. I was like, you can't come watch.
Yeah.
I was so embarrassed. I mean, not embarrassed to do it in front of the student body, but embarrassed for my mom to be like,
She'd be like, "Hi, honey.
I'm so proud you're so bad."
Great.
Oh my gosh. I was a little bit of a turd in the fact that I wouldn't let my mom watch.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of.
Yeah. You
But
were
I was
a little bit of a
super
turd.
I was super. Well, I was just.
You didn't
Self-conscious.
like to have your middle name being said. You didn't.
Did not.
You were. I won where he gets it.
From you. From your dad.
I don't think so. But did we do anything together?
Well, we marched in the Hollywood Christmas Parade in Hollywood, California together.
We did. We were the intro act. Not the two of us. But the band was behind us.
The college we were in.
And the drill team was in front. And the cameras were like right in front of us. So like in the intro of the Hollywood Christmas Parade, right there on Hollywood Boulevard.
1996?
1996.
December of 96. November.
Yes.
November 1996.
Because it was around Thanksgiving. I think we missed Thanksgiving.
We were in the Hollywood Christmas Parade.
Yeah. And so...
Now, we weren't together at the time.
No, we were not.
We weren't actually together.
But we had performed. That technically, we had performed together.
And at every football game for our university.
Yeah. It was cool because we
season-
had these giant, like, confetti cannons that we had to hold, and we had to prop them between our feet. So then we turned around, we grabbed these confetti cannons, and we're like, like that. Then the parade started, and then we had to hand them off to these people who were like there to help the parade. And then we started marching like that. It was really cool. I enjoyed it. That was so much fun.
We did.
The Adolphus Christmas Day Parade.
in Dallas.
Children's.
Yeah.
We did that.
We did the Dallas Christmas Parade together.
Yeah, for Children's Medical Center.
I was in the band, in the drum line. She
Yes.
was in the drill team.
Yes, dressed as the 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah, which one were you?
I was one of the Dalmatians.
I don't know. Well, there's 101 of them.
I know, but only
Were you
like 4 of them
number
had
47?
names.
Were you
Yeah.
number 36?
I don't know,
Number
24.
Number 19.
But there was only like 32 of us girls.
Right.
So they were like,
So it was like
"That's not
the 30
101 Dalmatians.
The 32 Dalmatians.
Yeah, there were only 32. The rest Corella got.
We did. You did come to my hotel room, though, in Hollywood.
Yes, with friends.
And I was, yeah. Not the two of us.
Yeah.
There were 4 of us in the
Yes.
hotel room.
Yeah.
drum line, the
Everybody
drummers.
had 4 people to a room, 2 per bed.
4 students, 2 per
Yeah.
room. Mm-hmm. Guys in one room, girls in another room.
Yeah.
But I was with people from Athens
Yeah.
who were drumline people. Mm-hmm. I forgot why you came over there.
All the girls in my room wanted to talk to the guys in your room. So we were like...
Which guys?
I don't even remember. I don't remember there being
Richard?
any guys. Yeah, I guess.
Richard.
Hi, Richard. If you're
Richard.
watching. But yeah, we went in. I was just like, oh my gosh. They're like, come over here. Let's sit down. Let's talk. And I was like, oh my gosh. Lord have mercy.
I do remember that, though. I was like,
I was just kind of standing there awkwardly.
why are these girls in here? What's going on? Who's that? She's pretty. Oh my gosh. I've seen her before. Have you seen her?
Yeah. So we did that.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been on worship teams together.
Yes, quite a few, like, not while we were dating.
No, not
Wait,
while we were
no.
dating.
After we got married,
Yeah.
we've been on many a church
teams.
musician team, worship team. A lot of that. A lot. We were actually on staff as worship pastors at a church. The two of us together. We were co-worship musician pastors.
We
whatever.
did that. And then throughout that, we didn't really like perform. We haven't really had like performance stuff. Ryan has filled in with a couple of bands like once or twice, or more than that really. And
Don't even remember.
but because I remember you going on like gigs and stuff when we were first married.
Yeah.
And but we never really performed like gigs
Right.
until literally just like recently.
Yeah.
Not that I remember. Together, yeah. So, yeah. What type of performance opportunities together paved the way? That when we were in California, and we were performing, of course, I was dating somebody, and my best friend at the time, Charlotte, she was like, "You need to dump him. Yeah, I have a friend for you." So like a month,
she was like, "Hey,
before that, we were introduced performing at football games and half times.
Yeah.
And then that California, and then when we came back, of course, performing at basketball games.
Oh yeah,
because we had that too. So that paved the way for us to be introduced, and that was the clincher. Because we were always kind of together in the same vicinity, and opportunities
the
to see
two
each
collegiate
other.
groups we were both in always did stuff together.
Right.
So Van was always doing stuff with the Cardettes, the Cardinal Regiment.
Yes.
The Cardette, we were always, stuff together.
I was on the Cardette. I was in the Cardettes, and he was in the Cardinal Regiment, the band. And he was on the drum line. I was in the drill team where we did high kicks, like Rockettes. That's
the Rockettes.
more like the Rockettes.
They're the Texas Rockettes.
If you think of a drill team, it is more like the Rockettes, a Texas drill team. And so, that's how it all started. That's how it all started.
It did. That's great.
And now it's like 24 years later. This August, since we've been a part of each other's lives. 24 years.
You're so lucky.
I know, you are too.
But I am more lucky.
Yes.
I'm more lucky
Count
than
your
you are.
blessings, bro.
1, 2, 7,000.
20 million.
70 million niner.
But yeah, that's how we met. I mean, there's a whole lot of other things that collided us together, including you being in Oreo, a performance group.
Oh yeah.
And because of the band,
We were dating at the time.
we were not dating.
Were we not?
No.
Oh yeah, no, okay, that's right. That's right. That was the dark time.
And,
Post Angela.
Post pre.
Post pre-post.
Pre-post. Post and pre.
Because we dated.
And then we
broke up.
We're like the beginning of a when Harry Met Sally episode with the old people talking about his, and then we broke up.
Yeah.
And then there was Lurleen, and then we broke up.
And then we got back together.
Yes, and then we got back together. And then we got married. Yes. So.
Now we own a music store. And we play music every day.
And we play music every single day. And it's wonderful.
It is.
It's a
It's
good
great.
life.
I had a good time today, actually. I had
It was a
several
really lovely day
percussion
today.
students today that are kind of new, and I've got a couple of new students today, and it was like, when the lesson starts, I'm like, hey, how are you doing?
Yeah.
It's
we
kinda
go
like-
into full teacher mode.
It's kind of like when the camera turns on. Like
Yeah.
Not that we're not like this when the camera's not on, Because a lot of friends, if you've been to we have people who've been to the shop and seen us in person, like, you're just like on the screen. Like, maybe slightly less caffeine.
Yeah.
Like, you get some caffeine going before you hit the red button, but
You just got to.
but you kind of hit the button and you're like,
See, we're
time to
really
make the
on right now
donuts.
because we had food. Now, normally we haven't had food, and we're just like, oh my God, I'm so hungry.
And it's
My
late.
stomach is dragged down. But we've had our food. Our blood sugar is up a little bit, so now we can get some stuff.
So excited.
But we do this with the kids too, because I think it helps them want to continue with the lessons. So we try to make them laugh and
and ask
just
them how
make
their
it-
day was.
Yes.
How was your day? How's
Yeah.
your week? I always say that. How was your week? And they're always like, oh, it's okay. Well, as I asked, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm showing interest. You asked. Hope you. Oh, it's okay. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Mine was terrible. What? Oh man, all this transmission went out. No,
And he got stung by a bumblebee
I got attacked. I was attacked right here.
right there.
Oh. Ow. Right there.
Is it still sore?
Ow.
Stop.
Yes.
Is it?
I'm allergic. No.
Okay.
But I did get.
I'm like still doing it.
like,
Tell me when
I hope
it
that
hurts.
hurts. I hope that hurts.
But yeah, so we had a lot to talk about with the kids, and it was just a good day. I enjoyed the kids today, and of course I had one adult today. So
Yeah.
Nikki's awesome.
Well, I think what it was is all my students today did really well.
That's
And I was
what
like-
it is, I think.
So excited. They actually practiced, and they're like, "Oh, look at you!" I'm like, "Oh, look at you! You're doing so great!" And they're like, "I am." And they get all happy. I'm like, "That's great." I was like,
Yeah.
"I'll just tell them, yeah, I have some students who don't practice."
It's
And
just
you're playing,
Oh, no, I know.
and you're like, you're really doing well. And I have some students who
Yeah.
don't practice at all, and it's like, all right, well,
I like when they were like, I didn't practice. I'm like, I'm sure you didn't.
I
I'm not
know you
shocked.
didn't.
I'm not shocked.
Well, you never do. So,
So I'm not.
you want me to edit that out?
Yes. Oh my God. What are they
far
laughing
back?
about? What are they laughing about? Oh, goodness.
We like to have fun.
We do.
We have a good time,
Yes.
and we want the kids to have fun.
Yes.
Whether they have practiced and prepared
Or not.
all week for their lesson or not, we try to help them have a good time.
Yeah.
When they're here, because there's a lot of stuff in the world that's not a good time.
Right.
There's
And especially right now with a lot of them about to go back to school or not going back to school and they want to or
Don't know if they can.
yes, and a lot of them live out in the rural areas, so online school is not an option for a lot of them because
they don't have internet
have service
out in the
here.
sticks.
And so knowing what they can do and what they cannot do, as parents are too scared to send them to school, but they also don't have an internet option of doing it online. So pulling them out in homeschool, there's a lot of stuff, and I know the kids are feeling it. So we try to give them some grace when it comes to whether or not they've practiced or not, or at least I do. And so we try to give them. I try to.
I'm like the
because I
Terminator.
understand that
Zero tolerance for failure.
that a lot of them, and then that's not on top of just home personal life and
Oh, man.
cleaning their rooms and making mom and dad happy and making themselves it's a lot for a kid to endure and deal with. So
It's interesting because we teach mostly one-on-one. That I taught in school stuff where you have a lot of kids in one room and you're managing when you have to.
yeah,
You've taught classes of 10, 15, 20 kids. But it's hard to develop those relationships in a big group where when you see a kid, face to face, and it's just the two of you, there's no other kids next to them where they can sort of be themselves.
right.
You know what I mean? And a lot of times they want to, you've had kids break down and cry
Oh yeah.
in your lessons.
And it wasn't. I said, "Oh, gosh,
Not because
they
you
cried." And, we had to stop for a minute because they come in like you could just feel it that they're on the brink and they don't know how to get their thoughts and their emotions together. So, have this little moment of where you have to kind of pep talk them, and it's like it's okay if you need to cry. It's okay if you're just tired. I'm not disappointed.
They were
in
bullied
you.
at school that day.
Yeah, we've had so many different scenarios of so many
family
things,
situation. Mom and
parents
dad are having
splitting up,
problems.
It's a lot for a kid to process because they internalize so much because they don't have the skills to verbalize how they're feeling. Most adults don't have the skills to verbalize how they're feeling. So to put a kid in that position, to expect them to know how to verbalize what they're feeling is unfair. So we try to, in our classes, you know, I know Ryan does too, to kind of get at them to be, you know, let down their guard just a little bit so they feel like they can, we don't expect too much out of them. We just want them to have fun and learn something, still apply themselves. So there's a really tricky balance of getting them to keep the initiative up, because they will be proud of themselves if they have something that they're working on. They'll give something to do for them to do to kind of take their mind off of what's going on in their life. So we try to keep that, you know, momentum going. I've heard Ryan, and even in his teaching, kind of get them to laugh a little bit and talk about stuff, and even if it's video games or, you know, baseball or whatever they're into outside of music, we try to keep it as personable as possible, so that they know that they can trust us no matter what, and they don't have to talk about anything personal, but they can just be themselves and not be like, you know, I'm in a classroom where they feel too strict or whatever.
Yeah. It is an interesting balance. And of course we learn, you know, over the years, we also learn too, the more that you do something, the better you get at it. I think I'm a better teacher now than I was certainly 20 years ago.
Yeah, I have a whole lot more patience now.
I do too, for sure. But I've had so many kids come in. You have kids come in who are just like fired up, ready to go. Like, let's learn this, and they just
let me try that again. Let me
zip
try that
through
again.
their lessons, and they just and they go crazy. Like, all right, this is awesome.
Right.
And you have kids come in who are like, you know, they're not really here to learn music.
They're here
That's not the real
here to
reason they're
escape.
here. They're here to not be somewhere else,
Right.
or not be in something else, or not, you know,
And-
got yelled out by their baseball coach. I don't do
Right.
baseball. Where the kids on their team were mean to him. That, you know,
Yeah, this
sister
is
does
sometimes this is-
gymnastics. I want to do something, but you know, they just,
Right.
but they're not necessarily uber mega passionate about music. But that's
Yeah, this is the one place that they can.
but still, this is a place to be somewhere and do something, and they're not necessarily obsessed, driven, you know, like, I'm going to learn this song and
I'm gonna be the next Van Halen.
I'm going to be the best drummer
Right.
in Van Zandt County, you know, and, you know, just obsessed with the music. They just, it's just another thing to do, just like playing on a baseball team. Like, well, I'm not going to be, you know, a baseball star, but I'm just playing baseball because all my other friends play baseball, and it's just going to be an experience to look back on. Some people are like that with music,
Something fun to do.
you know, and that's okay. And I've learned over the years that, like, not every student who comes in here is coming in here to become the most amazing musician ever.
And that's okay.
And that's okay. They all come in for different reasons. And for me, it's to figure out why are you here?
Right.
And then what way can I help you?
Right.
If it's to become the best musician you can be, that's awesome. If it's to have a place where an adult isn't yelling at you and calling you names and belittling you like a coach, you know, or a parent, or, you know, a teacher, or whoever.
Or a friend.
You know, but you have an authority figure who's encouraging in their lives. That might be why they're here, and that might be why I'm teaching them a guitar, but I'm, you know, it's for different reasons. So it's an interesting thing. It can be draining sometimes. You think about emotionally pouring into 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different people in one day in that intensity.
And picking up on the nuances of what that person needs every single time. It's like counseling, musical counseling.
It really is.
Basically. Which I love
ways.
it. It's a therapy for a lot of people. And you find that out the more you talk to them. Vocal coaching is a lot of therapy.
Oh my gosh.
It's more therapy than it is actual singing, because there's so much mental blockage that goes into why voices don't project the way they should, and why your body feels like it's almost like betraying you because it's in a self preservation mode, and a lot of times whenever we're self preservation, we tend to draw back, and then that changes our pitch and the timbre of our voice and everything. So when you overcome that and you get the confidence you need to do that, it comes out. So being able to recognize that, even in guitar playing, them not wanting to strum, but just like real, like, I don't want to do more than this because it scares me. And I don't want
what
to.
What if I do it wrong?
Yes, and what if I mess up and I don't want you to yell at me? Well, then you know that there's something in them that they're fearful of, and so you try to work around that to kind of get them to move past the idea of being perfect and just trying and seeing how it goes. And yeah, it's completely musical therapy.
Yeah.
You know, I've never thought of it that way, but
it really is. There's a lot of times where I think about it, it's like I'm almost like a counselor.
Yeah.
Really. Now, and not every kid, but some kids come in like, all right, let's do it. And they're ready to like just play and play the music. Mm-hmm. And some come in and like, it's not about that. It's about helping them make it through their day.
Yeah. And it seems like to me, more than when we first began. Of course, we have way more students than when we first began.
Right.
But what it seems to me like more there are more and more students that are in need of that than we've ever had before.
Yeah. That
we have the number of students that need that kind of emotional coaching and, you know, empathy and sympathy are outweigh the ones that kind of sit down like, let's do this, you know?
Yeah.
Because some of them are just like.
But but we're both wired that way.
Yeah.
We're both wired to like, let me help you.
Yes.
And I like to talk. I was like, I certainly have no problem talking. I'm a talker.
We've been talking way past last question of the day.
Yeah. You know.
Which is fun. I like
but I like to listen, and I'm a people person, you're a people person. I like to, you know. So it's kind of, and if you were not wired, if someone was not wired the way we're wired, this job, they would hate it. They would absolutely hate it. And there are musicians who are like that. Yeah. Amazing musicians, technical prowess, vocal skills, and whatever.
Yeah.
That could not stand to be around other people.
Right.
So
or especially children.
Especially kids. You know, or people who are learning and they're struggling to get something they don't get on the first try.
Right.
You know, so it's for us it's perfect.
Yes, it is.
For someone else would be less than perfect. So, anyways, that was the last question. I don't know why we rambled on. Somebody needed to hear that, I guess.
I think they do.
Or we needed to say it.
Yeah, both.
Something happened. Somebody needs to hear that. We need to get that out. Yes. But all right, that is the final question. Thank you, Denny. Denny understands. Denny understands. I know Denny understands.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. Hope you're doing well. All right, final question. That was it. All right. Secret hashtag of the day. If you watched this whole thing, because it went on. Secret hashtag of the day. Type that below with your comment or your question for next week. And we will know that you watched this entire lengthy video from beginning to end. Secret hashtag of the day should be
Bronco Bowl.
Hashtag Bronco Bowl. I'm down with that. That'll work. Hashtag Bronco Bowl. Deep in the heart of Texas. Yeah. Score. I'm glad you came up with that, so I didn't have to think about it. I had nothing up here. I was like, I hope Angela knows.
Yeah,
something.
I thought either college days, because we were, talking about college days, or
Bronco Bowl is great. All right, so type that with your question for next week. If you don't have a question for next week, that's fine. Don't feel pressure to make a question.
Good.
If you have one, ask one.
Yes.
If you don't, it's cool. Leave a comment amongst all the other questions, your thoughts on which guitar you like, getting notifications, Eskimo callboy, whatever. But also ask a question if you want to. We'll try to answer it next week. Until then, keep the music alive.
Don't forget it.
Music needs you.
And you need the music, guys.
We need to keep it alive for the next generation.
Yes, all those kiddos.
Keep ourselves alive.
Yes.
All right.
Be safe.
Namaste. Namaste right here. Bye, guys.
Bye.
The mic was not on this whole time.
You say that every time.
I do. I'm lying. That's a bad thing. I should not do that.
Aiden, we're done. Come here. Come sit here so Dad can get a couple of things. Come sit by me. Grab all your stuff. Sit close.
Don't knock over the ukuleles.
Ukuleles don't deserve to live.
What did they ever do to you?
Oofalele.
Ain't you cute? Is it off?
Maybe. Hopefully.
How are you doing?
Eh.
You're such a teenager.
This is off tomorrow.
Yay!
Why is that yay?
So I can see him. I miss him. Miss you too. Let me go. I want to go to Hobby Lobby in the morning. You want to go with me?
Why would you want to go there?
You like Hobby Lobby.
Why?
You like their gummy bears.
Oh. Will I get gummy bears if I go with you?
Yes.
Okay, then I will come with you.
Frame for my Thor poster.
And a frame for Dad's Thor poster.
Possibly.
What games do you have?
Game stuff.
Final Fantasy X. Smash Brothers Melee. I have a little zip bag, but I couldn't get it out of the cabinet. All right. Say bye.
Maybe.
Maybe.
That's my goodbye.
Yes. Look at this big kid.
I'm not a big kid.
You're a baby. You're a sweet boy.
My throat.